All right, people. In these dark times, I may after all have some good news to share with you. I'm sure you all have heard of Denmark's war on migrants. And what's unique about Denmark is that it is being waged by a ruling left-wing party, Socialist Democrats. So maybe there is some common sense in the left-wing ideology, maybe. I don't know. I'm not an expert in Danish politics. I've read some counterpoints made by the critics of the Danish government, but I'm just telling you what is being reported. So you might remember that last year, Denmark declared war on illegal migrants, and they said that every illegal migrant that comes into Denmark has to hand in their entire property. And usually these people are carrying cash or jewelry. And the Danish government was heavily criticized by human rights groups for robbing some of the most vulnerable people in the world. So basically the idea was to make Denmark the least attractive destination for illegal migrants. But on the other hand, Pedro Sanchez is making Spain the most exciting destination for illegal migrants. So obviously it's going to have some sort of a consequence. Let me read that to you. Do you speak French? A little. And these guys are in Marseille. Where are you from? Marseille. Oh, yeah, right. You look very French. And what are you doing here? Are you from Marseille? No, I'm not from Marseille. From Morocco. Okay, so he's Moroccan. Yes. But do you live in Morocco? Or in Marseille? Yes. L-box. I don't know what that means. Ah, you came to Spain. Okay, so that's Spain. So he's gone to Spain. He came in as an illegal migrant in 2015. And you've returned to Spain now? Yes. Okay, well then, okay, thank you then. Good luck. So basically, people who have settled in other parts of Europe, like in France, they're going back to Spain because they know that in Spain, Pedro Sanchez is handing out Spanish citizenships like it's candy. So that's the difference between making your country the least desirable destination versus making your country the most attractive or lucrative destination. But why am I talking about Denmark? So what's new about Denmark? Have a look at this. They are going ahead with a new law. It's very interesting. This is AI translation, but the subtitles are as accurate as they get because they've been put up by a Danish person.
Denmark is now moving ahead decisively with its deportation policies. All migrants who have been sentenced to a year in prison or more must be sent back to their home country. And this would occur automatically, with no individual case review as is normally required. Experts say this clearly violates the European Convention on Human Rights.
Oh, the damn ECHR. Yeah, right. Maybe there's a work around it.
And until it is amended, Denmark simply does not want to wait any longer.
Those are unusual words for a social democrat. Denmark's Premier Mette Frederiksen is tightening the migration policy. That way, she makes clear there's no room in Denmark for criminal foreigners.
You
rape girls and women. They are involved in gang-related crime and drug-related crime. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to deport her yet. Due to how the European Convention on Human Rights is read, it favors the perpetrator over the victim. Foreign offenders should be automatically deported for prison sentences of at least 1 year. The changes start now.
Not just 1 year. Any criminal record, you're not wanted. That's it. Get lost. And guys, there is nothing wrong with that. I was on a student visa for 4 years before I became a permanent Australian resident. And I was petrified of even speeding fines, even though I did get some speeding fines. I was absolutely terrified of that because I didn't know. I thought, oh, what if I have a criminal record and then they're going to deport my ass back to Pakistan, where I never wanted to go back. And it wasn't just me. All my other friends who were international students as well, that was the default expectation that if you go to a foreign country and you break their law, they're going to send you back. When did that change occur? When did we go from, oh no, you can now commit any crime you want, you can rape our women, you can break into people's houses, and you can still expect to become a permanent resident in Australia? When did we get there? That just defies common sense, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I've noticed that before. I told you, my mother barely speaks English, yeah? But she is getting messages from Medicare and all these government departments in Urdu. And she was like, look, I didn't ask for it. That de-incentivizes her from learning English. Well, she can read English, she can understand English, but she's a little bit shy with English, speaking English. She's 70 plus. But imagine if you're a young person. Why are you incentivizing people to not learn the local language? And it's the same everywhere you look at, in every single department. They're bending over backwards for incoming people. You shouldn't be bending over backwards. And as you heard, Tony Burke, the Home Affairs Minister, said that, oh, you don't need to assimilate. We accept you for who you are.
And I've never accepted the word assimilation. I don't want people to lose who they are. The word integration is one that's being used as part of a multicultural dialogue for a very long time. And that's what it is. Like, we want people for who they are.
If you're a terrorist, if you hate Australia, we embrace you. Because that's the definition of modern Australia. Lunatics. So anyway, so this social democrat, this lefty politician is thinking something else.
Deported for prison sentences of at least 1 year. The changes start now. Takes effect in May.
May, okay. It may happen in May. So let me show you why Denmark is trying to lead from the front. So Denmark now is going ahead with deportations with a new law. The left-wing social democrat Matt Frederiksen celebrated the move, stating they're involved in gang crime and drug offenses. Unfortunately, we have not yet been able to deport them. Now, you heard that. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to deport them yet because of the ECHR, which is the same excuse they use in the UK when the UK is no longer even a part of the European Union. The UK can literally walk away from the ECHR in a day with one signature. That tells you how uninterested they are to serve the best interests of the British public. Now, these are some of the statistics. Look at this rape conviction rate by country of origin relative to Danish origin rates. So I've said this before, no matter what is the rate of rape, sexual assault, murder, burglaries in any home country by the natives, that is always the benchmark. If 5 Danish people commit rape per 100,000, then that is the benchmark. If you import a culture that commits more rapes than that, then that culture is dangerous and we should not bring them in. If it's less than that, then that's a good sign that, okay, we can bring in these people because their rape rate or crime rate is less than the national average. So have a look at this. Somalis or sub-Saharan Africans are 20 times more likely to rape a Danish woman than a native Danish man. Syrians are 16.4 times. Palestine, 16 times. So when bombs are not dropping, you let them in. This is what they do. Lebanon, 11.4 times. Afghanistan, 10.9 times. Iraq, Iran, Morocco, Bulgaria, Turkey. Oh, Pakistan is there too, 5 times more likely. Romania, 2.6 times. So Romania is the only European country, well, if you want to include Bulgaria and Turkey in there too. No Western nation is in there. Wow. And look at this. This happened. This news story came out a couple of years ago. So Victorian magistrates taught to give light sentences to avoid having criminal migrants deported. Look at this. The Victorian government is probing disturbing reports that magistrates were advised to give light sentences to criminal migrants to avoid deportation, which leads me to this next comment that I read somewhere where they said that Danish judges are now going to give 11-month sentences to criminals to avoid them from getting deported. So there you go. There's some Danish guy saying, nobody believes this woman. She's the leader of Denmark's biggest pedophile party. She supports all Islamic changes in Denmark, even child marriage. She effed the Danish taxpayers for 150 billion Danish coronas, which is 23 billion US dollars in the last 4 years. Illegally killed 17 million. I don't know what it is. Look, I don't know. I don't know these details. And again, we'll see it when it happens. But I have heard some other news stories that Denmark is doing better than other European countries when it comes to illegal migrants. But what could the UK learn from this? Oh my God, look at this. This is India, guys. Oh my God. You now understand why I have so much contempt for certain cultures? Do you understand that? Do you understand why I publicly say that even though I was born in that part of the world, I have no loyalty because of values? I don't know. Oh my God, look at this. A young mother was hit by a stray bullet as she returned home with her 2 children in Lyon on Friday night. Culturally enriching gang members. Look at this. Guys, France is horrible. France is absolutely horrible. I just saw something. Let me share that with you if I can find that. Look at this. This is London.
Hello, thank you. Repent. Give your hearts to Jesus.
Oh my
Jesus
God, not
loves
a
you.
single Brit on this underground or overground train.
Whoever will may come. Hallelujah. Praise the name of Jesus. Whoever will may come.
Oh, some Brits after all.
Just like when
This is replacement, guys. This is demographic replacement. I made this video last week, which did fairly well. If you haven't watched it, then I'll include the link at the end of the video, where the Danish police was absolutely butchering its own people because they were protesting against the dumping of 110 illegal migrants in a small Dutch town. So they thought that they could shut down the public by using brute force, but as it turns out, that's not the case. Danish women are protesting against the deployment of 110 illegal migrants in their neighborhood because we know what's going to happen. A lot of these girls or women are going to be assaulted by these horny men from third world, horny, primitive, barbaric, medieval cavemen cultures. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Everywhere you look at, it has happened. It will keep happening. And nothing's going to change. The only sane and humane solution is to round them up. Sorry, you guys came here illegally. Or if you go back, that's it. It's not that hard. I would charter a ship. Big ship. A big freaking ship. ICE-style detentions. Go door to door. One of the excuses these governments use for providing accommodation to these illegal migrants is that we should know where these people are. Okay, so now you know where they are because France doesn't provide them with accommodation, so they are everywhere on the streets. So some of these countries like the Netherlands and the UK, they provide them accommodation, so they know where they are. So all we need is a solid political will to go to these houses or accommodations, wherever they are, pick them up, round them up, detain them, hire a big cruise ship, put them in those ships, and go to their countries. The 5 or 6 countries where most of these people are coming from. And then dump them there. Literally dump them at the port and say, sorry, not our problem. Okay, sorry. You do whatever you want. And then do not let anyone come in. Use rubber bullets. I don't know. I have some ideas. I don't know if I could share them here. But guys, I'm a big believer. When governments want to do something, nobody can stop them. They have the power. They have the personnel. They have the guns. They have the means to do whatever they want to do. But if they lack political will due to their twisted ideologies, that's when we run into these problems. But looks like Denmark is willing to do something about it. Maybe Denmark can lead the way and show the rest of Western democracies how to deal with this problem. Maybe. I don't know. Well, I guess I'll believe when it happens, but let's stay positive because I know it can happen if they want to do it.